Central Business District or suburban office? Which one is doing better now that we are nearly through this pandemic? Hi, I'm Amy Calandrino, and I'm founder of Beyond Commercial. Reminder, please subscribe to our channel to stay in the loop. So, throughout the early 2000s into the 2010s, construction of new office development was much more popular in Orlando in the suburban markets rather than in the downtown core. In fact, I can only think of one or two towers that were built in downtown Orlando after 2000 until recently. One was 301 East Pine, and then there was the one across from the Bohemian, Lincoln Plaza. And then now since then, we have gained the new SunTrust building and soon the Edge. But most of the development's been in the suburban. And just depending on the people count and the type of company, that's kind of determined whether you've been in more of the suburban or the urban areas. However, when COVID hit, all that went out the window. At many points during the pandemic, there was maybe 20% occupancy within the buildings. Now we're 90% plus, we're paying rents downtown, but only 20% occupancy. And I think people started to kind of question whether or not they stay in the urban core. We thought we may lose some of those users to the suburban areas. However, since we've had this population shift in migration here to Florida, along with other factors, now the vacancy levels are back almost to pre-pandemic levels, and much of the sublease inventory has been gobbled up. Not to mention, we have a lot more amenities and reasons to be downtown than before. So we have not only transportation, we have a performing arts center, and a lot more food and dining. So there are a lot more companies that are wanting to be downtown. And so, well, we may have had a temporary rubber band to people like working from home or some considering suburban office, it does seem as though that there has been a reversal of that trend, and much of the inventory has decreased within Orlando. That has differed in some of the other markets across the nation, and a lot of the urban core central business district areas have not fully recovered like Orlando, but Florida is a bit of a unicorn because of the massive quantities of people that continue to pour into our areas. So central business district, suburban areas, what is favoring better? In all actuality, much of it is still faring well, and vacancy levels, you take even Winter Park, Florida, is less than 10% for office space, and much of that's been taken up. And then most of the inventory within downtown Orlando has been gobbled up. And on Class A office space, rental rates are approaching $40 per square foot, which is the highest on record. So that's an update on the suburban and urban commercial office space here in Orlando. Again, subscribe. And for those of you who listened all the way to the end, you've heard we will have a complimentary webinar coming up on state of the office. And I'm going to get into the nitty gritty metrics, interest rates, how to position your portfolio, and a bit more deep dive on the market. I'll be joined by some other panelists. You can register for that at creorlando.com. And thanks again for tuning in.